trying to figure out how I want to start this. It's been 5
Did
years.
doing the A show mess you up last week when J5 talked about doing the same intro every single time in the same cadence, and you're trying to not do the same thing?
It's not that messed me up last week. I had an idea for what I wanted to do, and then I was just like, I don't feel like doing it anymore. But no, those things don't mess me up, because typically, considering how many intros that we've had, I can say quite a bit of them have not been the same. Because normally I just come in and I say really what's on the top of my brain, and then I go into the episode. But the last few I've just gone into because, we're back, and we gotta set our foot, our good foot forward and reestablish who we are and what we're about, and people will listen to us. But nah, that stuff doesn't bother me, man. Doing this for 5 years, 142 episodes.
Let's clap it up.
Nah. Clap it up, right? Come on, man. Come on,
5 years. Man, that's crazy. 5 years.
2 separate podcasts, 5 years. This is insane. 2 Belts would have gone 5 years if we'd continued it like another year. I remember when I first... the genesis of this podcast is so interesting. I remember when I first had the idea for this kind of thing. And because we'd started the A show, we're trying to figure out more shows for RNC Radio. Dragon Ball Super was hot, scorching hot at the time, and was currently airing, which is, you can tell it's a sign of the times. Literally has not aired in 5 years. The entire 5 years I've done this podcast, it has never aired again. But I remember I wanted to capitalize on it and say, like, hey, I want to do... The Lookout was meant to be this mini series to just be like, hey, we're going to talk about Tournament of Power. And that was supposed to be it. And I didn't even like the name The Lookout. I think I came up with a cooler... No, I didn't like it at all. I think I came up with a cooler name like 3 weeks into it.
What was the alternate name?
I don't know, something with games. It was something related to Cell games, and it was something games. But The Lookout seems way more cooler now. It's kind of what you do with the name, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah, The Lookout fits perfectly.
It really does. Like, to me, it's like, it's anime. If you know, you know, but also if you don't know, you still kind of get it. So I love that name, and started taping episodes in February for this, because this was not supposed to be that long. I started taping episodes in February because I had to get guests for it. First 5 episodes all were released in the same week, because it was just about the ending. It was just about the finale of the Tournament of Power. Like, we were just approaching them. So I taped... The first episode is with Jeff. Second episode, I believe, is with Flash. You know Flash.
Yeah.
I've got to get Flash back on here, because Flash has not been back since episode 2.
Coolest nigga.
Yeah, he really is. He has not been back since episode 2. If we bring him back, it'll be the longest break between appearances on this podcast ever. Third episode was with Jimmy and Carlos, which was a funny episode because I edited out so much of that episode. Because we had taped it after a 2 Belt, and they spent the entire... I was trying to be super serious about what I'm doing, because this is like a podcast that I'm like, it's new, I'm taking it seriously, I want to break everything down, I want to make sure we get all the information out. And they just kept cutting my ass for like 50 minutes. And I
need the unedited tape of that one.
I promise you, I have no idea where it is.
That's crazy.
It may be in one of these draws, to be honest with you, because again, I don't know. I revealed this on like a show a while ago, or another podcast. I forget. I originally, with the technology that we had at the radio station we used to tape at, I taped a lot of the first episodes on CDs. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. But definitely the original version, I don't know where it would exist, but I doubt it exists anymore.
CDs are so obsolete now.
Yeah.
The last time you really used a CD?
it don't even have a drive anymore. Like there's nothing. I have a USB plug-in CD thing in case I ever need it, but one, it's USB A, and most computers just use USB Cs now. So
Yeah, I
even
know.
that is
I have
obsolete.
the have to get the adapter that has
The
all the
dongle,
different yeah, the dongle.
get yourself a dongle, boy. Pause, if applicable. Um,
That's kind of maybe a little bit.
I don't know.
Just
Dongle is
enough.
dongle's a strange word. Um,
It's an uncomfortable word.
yeah, absolutely. So that episode was cut. So much is cut out of that episode because at one point I remember at towards the end, it's just it just goes silent because I'm just staring at Carlos and Jimmy, and Jimmy gets it of like, damn, you're taking this seriously, and we're probably joking around way too much. And Carlos is like, Carlos had probably, because of we'd done like an hour and a half, 2 hour, two those was probably ready to go. Um, but yeah, he was cutting my ass, and I got really, really mad about it. I remember because I was like, I'm taking this very, very seriously, and I still do with a lot of stuff. And then that was the third episode. Fourth episode, I forgot who was on it. It might have been Jeff again, to be honest with you. And then fifth episode was with Jeff, and then Jeff became a permanent part of the podcast for I don't even remember now. I guess 125 episodes. Um, and that's kind of how it started. It evolved from there. After we did the Tournament of Power, we said, why not do more Dragon Ball stuff? The people seem to like it. Everyone is in love with it, and that was kind of my. So you go back to the J5 thing that we talked about in the A show this week, because we talked about the Lookout and like anime and stuff like that, and me and you talked about like our conversation on there, and I get what J5 is saying regarding stuff. It's like, no, we got you guys got to cover other things, and I 100% agree. But the way people gravitate towards Dragon Ball,
No, it's ridiculous.
yeah,
People love niggas really love Dragon Ball. Like
it's
really love it. It's something so familiar to them, and it's something that they know.
it's you could not watch any other anime, and at that time I hadn't until like 2019, to be honest with you. At that time I hadn't. You could watch no other anime, but Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, for
You just know
sure.
because of Toonami and all the other stuff like that. The only person who has never watched Dragon Ball Z in my vicinity, actually, there's probably quite a few people. Mark is so weird. I was like, Mark, you've never watched Dragon Ball Z? Me and Mark are like pretty much the same age. He's like 1 year, 2 years younger than me. And I'm like, you've never watched Dragon Ball Z? Like, what childhood? I don't know if there's a childhood without watching it because it was so popping at the time.
Yeah. Even what's our age difference?
What year you were born?
95.
5 years.
5 years. So
Yeah.
even me and you have a 5-year difference in Dragon. Like that's 5 years doesn't seem like a lot, but when you really think about it, like 5 years is kind of a lot to think.
If I was
think about
17,
like
you'd be 12. If I was 17, you were 12.
Yeah,
So,
like and to think Dragon Ball's longevity, like
right.
it's been hot for a very long time.
Right. And were you watching it as it aired, or did you watch?
Yeah, I was watching it as it aired. The funny thing is that like it was Kai, and it was running on like Nickelodeon or something like that. Or like
Oh,
Teen
you
Day.
watched Kai. See, that even brings the age difference between us even further.
But that was just on TV, and then I remember it being on.
And what year were you? How old were you when Kai was running?
I was older.
Yeah. I feel like it's 2013-ish, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like around there. But like I just remember it running then, and then I remember it running on Toonami, and then was it on? No.
Dragon Ball Kai started airing 2010 in America.
Yeah, I remember it then because I was older when I watched Kai, because I was like, this seems different. I was like,
But did you ever watch the original Toonami run?
Yeah, I did watch that too. I'm just
Okay,
saying
okay.
though, like
Oh,
I
gotcha, gotcha,
remember I
gotcha.
was still in high school, like 2010.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
for
like
sure.
once again, think about that 5 year difference of just like you were,
Yeah, because I was deep in college.
yeah, you're deep in college and like doing that. So I'm just saying like how many times I've even watched Dragon Ball and seen the different variations of it. Like
the
it's
weird
been
part
around for
about
a long
being
time.
the weird part about being older than people was when I was going to school. I was never older than anyone because I was skipped, so I was younger than
Oh, you skipped a
everybody.
grade too?
Yeah, yeah, and
Tight.
uh, all right. Listen, then we were meant to be on this podcast. Great
I know.
skippers.
Wow.
But I was always younger, but I always kept it to myself because I didn't like the attention. Because people would be like, "Oh my god, you were born. You're
I
only
love the
10 years
attention. So
old."
I love the attention. I always told people.
Oh my god, no, I never did.
I used to always be like, I'm not even supposed to be here. That's how I'd introduce it.
But I remember, so going back to like the original airing of like Lookout and stuff like that, like we would do these seasons where we'd go back and do other things. And I remember it would that really like established the friendship between like Jeff and I, because we would sit there. I promise you not, there's this moment, and that's why everything like that happened is like, it sucks, but it is what it is. I'm kind of like moved past that point. But we would sit there. I remember there was this one time we sat there like giddy as hell to talk about the Cell Saga. We're like giggling. He was like, "You ready to start?" Yeah. And I'm just like, why are we like this? And it was just, I think, going through that, and I think both of us said, well, he did. I could talk about Dragon Ball forever, but he definitely was like, I think we should talk about other stuff. And I was like, yeah, we can talk about other stuff, because we pretty much was starting to run out of Dragon Ball Z stuff anyway. And then yeah, after episode
I remember
50,
the first time I was on when we did.
Gotta look it up. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I can look it up. Actually, I probably can't. Let's see.
10, was it that, dude? Because we did Dragon Ball. We didn't do Dragon Ball Z.
We did. Yes, you did the Tien arc. So
Yes,
the
that's
Tien
what we did.
Shinhan arc for Dragon Ball. You were on your first appearance on the podcast is episode 36.
Oh, tight.
So
I was in the first 50. I'll take pride in that.
you should be. Listen, the first 50 is quality. We didn't start getting like big guests until after 50. Like, we didn't start getting Zeno Robinson and oh my god, Gabe Kunda, and going to anime cons, and Mike McFarland and so many other things. We didn't start getting that until after 50. So like that first 50 episodes is special from a standpoint of like, yo, we literally was laughing and coming up with jokes and stuff about Dragon Ball, and people really gravitated towards that. And that's why I never doubt the power of what Dragon Ball has in this podcast, and that's why I'm always going to like go back to it if we can at any point. And it's honestly one of the reasons why, just kind of behind the curtain kind of thing, with the great show that we have on here, Subs Lie Dubs Lie, which is why they started with Dragon Ball. Not to say that I give myself all the credit.
For a deep dive. That's like,
yeah, but
that's so educational.
Yeah, but Jay is like, he's more encyclopedic knowledge than I have about Dragon Ball. Like, we talked about it from a funny standpoint, but he knows all the inner workings. He's got this thing down to a science, which is amazing, and that's why we
should get an episode where we do like Jeopardy between him and AD.
They could probably do that in person, to be honest with you. They both live in the same
That
city.
would be crazy. I just need to do a Jeopardy episode with just them two and just see who knows more, because AD's a damn.
I feel like AD's knowledge is spread over all various forms of anime, but his is really like One Piece. That's his I feel like that's his Dragon Ball. Whereas Jay is like, yo, he's tuning. We've watched this millions of times.
Let's put him through a little gauntlet. Let's just do it. I don't.
You know what?
We'll do
I'm
it
not
on
mad at it at
air.
all. If you guys listen to this and you guys are
I'm
interested
challenging
in
them
this,
live right now. Both
how
of
are you
them.
challenging them for them?
I don't know. It's just how it works
Oh,
on the Lookout. It's how it works over here. I'm making the rules. I don't even care anymore. I'm making the rules here.
That's funny as fuck. But yeah, so those first 50 episodes are special. We started doing more anime. Eventually, we get to the point of we were doing so many fucking things. We get to the point where so we're gonna end the Jeff leaving arc. Is where it ends. The Jeff exit arc, where essentially he's just kind of like decided to move on, and I don't agree with the way that he did it, but I certainly, knowing him, I understand it, and I think you knowing him as well, you understand it as well.
Yeah, listen. We got a different vantage point. That's all I can really say about it. We got a different vantage point, so it is.
I mean, I'll say personally, it was very strange how it all happened in terms of him just deciding to like peace out from the show. But I understand why he did it, but also I don't understand. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for yourself, and ultimately, your mental health, kind of all this other stuff like that. And that brings you in, which we got to talk about, because you spent years and years grinding for the Big Eyes podcast, also on the Lookout. And so you were ready for this opportunity, absolutely, from the beginning. And, I kind of wish I could start it all over again and go over Dragon Ball with you all over again. But that would be fun. Weird. That would be weird. It would be a Kai. We would go over Kai.
Yeah, we go over Kai. That would be our thing.
Oh my god! But
that'd be great. But no, I mean, even then though, you gotta think about the Lookout as a whole. Like within that 5 years, and Big Eyes comes through, and that was fun. That was me legit just being like, how can I mean, obviously at the time I'm like just kind of like, I've been introduced to you and everybody, and I'm just seeing everybody just pitching in and kind of doing something, and I was like, all right, what's something I can do to like also kind of play a role or like add something. And I kind of just saw what you were doing with the Lookout. I was already a fan, like listen to it all the time, never missed an episode. And I was just like, well, anime's a big thing. I'm like, they really don't got nothing on manga. And at the time I had just gotten back into reading manga a lot. And so I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm catching up on all this stuff on Shonen Jump. And I was just like, dang, it's kind of a lot going on right now. But like all this stuff is really cool. And that's when I hit you up. That was what? Was that 2020?
When you started Big Eyes?
Was it?
I want to say it was 2019.
Was it 2019? It was 2019.
It was 2019, yeah. I want to say. I remember because the first episode I was on was... The first episode I was really, really on was the war arc thing, and I remember where that kind of started.
Yeah. But essentially at the time, I was just like, man, I just want to be a part, and I was like, I want to have fun with my friends. And Big Eyes comes around. I remember sitting there recording on the floor, and then sending it to you. Yes, I was sitting on the floor.
Hey, man.
Recording it.
The places I've recorded this podcast in the bathroom. I kid you not. I kid you
At
not.
first episode, I was recording on the floor. Why was I sitting on the floor? I don't remember why I was sitting on the floor. I think
Regular.
it was.
Would you on your stomach with your feet kicked up in the air, or you sitting
Oh
Indian
no, no, no,
style?
no! I was like, you know what's funny is that I was sitting on the floor with my back against the couch, so I wasn't even sitting on the couch. I could have sat
Damn.
on the couch. I was just
You know
sitting
what?
on the floor.
That sounds fire. To be honest with you, I
Yeah.
might try
So
that. Hold on. You can't see this, so you'll never know. All right, go ahead.
So then Big Eyes comes along and I join the network and we had some fun times. And then AD comes and joins. I've
AD
done
love
some
known
good.
forever.
Yeah, AD who got like threatened essentially. We kind of had to bend his arm a little bit to get him to come and do this.
But I think I always knew he was the right choice for it. I'd known him for a while. I know his work ethic. I know kind of like his knowledge and everything like that. I always knew he was the right person for this. So, but from Big Eyes to the Lookout, now it's just the two of us. We are rocking. We are rolling. We are preparing. We are 5 years deep into this thing. I don't think a lot of Black content creators in anime have lasted this long or been consistent as much as they had this long, but we have. And I think it's worth celebrating, and I think it's worth.
It's a network now. Like,
it's a network. There's multiple things.
Yeah, it's multiple things that it does now. It started as a podcast, and now look at it. Crazy.
But with that said, I mean, we're going to continue to go over things. So back to the J5 thing. The J5 thing is interesting. The conversation that we had on the A show this week. Make sure you subscribe to the A show if you like pro wrestling.
Funny thing is that I didn't even know about it until Donnie said something about it on Twitter. I was like, wait, what? And then I had went and listened to the episode. I hadn't listened to it yet. And so I went and listened to the episode.
What did you think? I can say what I think, but what did you think?
I think both of y'all had points.
The conversation's essentially J5 is tired of us doing the same old popular ass anime and wants us to dive into different things. And I
think he has a point with that. I think he has a point with that. And I know that I know also too what hits. And people like the popular stuff. Like it just draws a bigger audience in. But also at the same time, yes, there's definitely more niche things or deep dives into other things that I really would love to do that are probably not as more of talking points. But
sure,
it's a balance. You gotta know how to balance, because if we go too deep cut, we're gonna lose people because we were gonna be like, all right, dog, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about right now. And it's as interesting as we can make something sound. End of the day, if there's no like, some of these things are like not complicated. Like I know, like going into Gundam. Like going into Gundam it would be really, really fun, but also there's like sometimes there's plot points and things where like it becomes a lot. But also I think that once again Gundam is a very popular thing that we haven't touched on yet. We haven't touched on a series. I mean, we've talked about it, I've obviously talked about my love for it on here, but but I understood what he was saying, like even with the poll, like having the Titans on there with the rest of those. And it's like we've talked about Titans, like we could have given that spot to whatever, but that first episode at the same time it's a pretty big first episode.
It's been 10 years. I mean, we're gonna talk about it anyway, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, so it's like, we could have gave that spot to somebody else.
No, but here's my thing on that spot. It's literally one of the, when you think of first episodes, this is less than like, oh, this anime, everyone watches it, I hate it, and we'll have a conversation about that in a couple minutes. But it's more so about like literally episodes that are like not necessarily game changing, but like notable from top to bottom. Like,
yeah.
And Attack on Titan, the first episode is like, holy fuck. So that's why I picked that, because Attack on Titan's first episode is an event in itself. And there's so much things that you can, especially now that the series is more close to the end than it's fucking at the end. There's so much to pull apart with that. And I think the discussion worth itself. So I didn't pick it from a like, I like Attack on Titan, it's super popular. I picked it from the standpoint of like,
I get that. I get that.
And then what else did we have? We had,
if you had to switch it out for something, what would you have switched it out for?
I would never. That wouldn't be the one I switch out for sure.
If you had to, though, if you had to switch it out,
I would never. Like, I would never.
You would never switch it out.
First episode out, because it's such a. Out of all those, I think honestly, it is the one that most people. Even if you haven't seen the end of Attack on Titan, most people at least see the first episode and it's like, what the fuck is this? But I have nothing against any of these that are in here. And the eventual winner is Samurai, Champloo. Am I saying it right?
That's how I say it. And so I
feel like it's not Champloo. Gosh, well, it's too late for that shit now. But
yeah,
because it is what it is. But I would have never. I feel like it's not necessarily bad. Popularity to me isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's also that we've done it. We haven't touched on the first episode, which ties into what we just watched last week so much. So I wasn't against it. Full Metal Alchemist. I actually voted for Full Metal Alchemist.
Did you?
I guess the first episode isn't really noteworthy.
Oh, I voted for Samurai Champloo. So.
Oh, I voted Full Metal Alchemist. But Attack on Titan, Gundam, Iron Blood Orphan got the same amount of votes. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood came in second, which was winning at some point, and then Samurai Champloo wins this entire shindig. And we're going to live watch that this week. But in terms of discussion on things, of popularity of anime, there's a major talking point this week by one Michael B. Jordan, star of Creed, #1 movie in America, regarding, because of how anime has been such a conversational piece within Creed 3, because of how much he borrows from it.
Which is tight. That's tight as hell. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan on seeing it just for that aspect. Now I'm like really wondering what it looks like.
Because it was such a conversational piece, he had an interview during the press of it, during the press run for Creed 3, where he says, where someone asked him, what are your top 5 anime that you kind of start with, and he says, I should put the fucking audio, but you know what, it is what it is. So the top 5 anime, he says, essentially, that kind of like informed the way he places the camera and shot the movie, and the new fans should start with, he says, according to this tweet, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, and Hunter x Hunter. And I guess I can understand why people would be mad about One Piece. Ain't no way I'm starting off with the 1,000 episode fucking 1,000 blood arc of anime. Like,
yeah, One Piece is a little heavy, but also at the same time, like, if you go into it and not think about like how many episodes it is to catch up and just like start it, it's pretty easily digestible.
So he says One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, and of course every weeb on Earth came with the like, why would you tell him to watch these animes? These are such basic bitch ass shit. The top content under this, top comment under this is by at J Katir, whatever. He says, "Nah, this is terrible for newcomers. Imagine going through Naruto filler or seeing One Piece as over 1,000 parentheses amazing episodes. They'll run away. This is a better list for people new to anime." And he says Jujutsu Kaisen, Konosuba, Overlord, Attack on Titan, and Hunter x Hunter.
Bro, whoa, what? Like, I don't get why people want people to
Another
watch like
list.
these super deep. Wait, hold on.
Another list is
Wait,
Fairy
okay, go
Tail,
on.
Full Metal
What?
Alchemist, Sao, Steins Gate, and whatever Gundam's appealing. Another list is Sao, Code GS, Golden Time, The Time I Reincarnated as a Slime, and Dragon Ball Z. Another one says everyone was just trying to get their anime takes off. One says Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter. Oh fuck, it skipped.
Oh my
But you
gosh,
see
these
where
lists
people
are
are
making
lying.
me sick. These are disgusting lists.
Well,
I'm not the.
where would you have people start? Well, first of all, talk about how you feel about this entire narrative and conversation, and then where would you have
Okay,
people start?
so okay, I think that I don't think his list is bad. I think his list is just dated. Like that's kind of a dated list. Like if we're talking about, I think there's newer anime now that are easy. I think My Hero is easier to jump into.
Michael B. Jordan was born in 1987, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like this list is kind of dated. Like those would be good beginner animes for somebody. I'm trying to think. 10 years ago, 2013, that would have been a good list. Now, maybe not. I think Dragon Ball Z, maybe. Bleach, One Piece, no.
I'm watching
Now,
Bleach
no.
currently, and I'm like, I don't know about this shit, bro. I'm sure it's bad.
I'm trying to think. What was the other one? Naruto, maybe. But no, I think like My Hero
has such a grip on kids.
But also people were just like you said, people were just trying to get their whole little deep cuts off. Like, why are we starting people off with these super? I start them off with something that could get them into like the talking, like the point of popular anime. I feel like and watching it first is that you're able to jump into a larger community in the beginning. Like you're not watching something so niche where you're kind of like you and the 5 other niggas that you know around you are the only ones that have ever watched this.
All
like
right,
watching something like My Hero, like you're jumping into a large community where you're like, wow, like okay, here's some bunch of my other My Hero fans because a lot of people have watched My Hero. Then you're able to kind of go like it's, I don't know, I feel that it's easier to jump into the conversation a little bit.
So let me ask you a question.
What's up?
So someone walks up to you and says, I want to get into anime. Do you have any recommendations for something I would watch? What would you say to them? What would you say to them? Just how would the flow of conversation would go first? Because I know initially where my first...
Where would yours go? I'm going to be real. I can't think of this right off the top of my head. Like
my first response goes...
I need to sit down and think about this for a second.
Well, what are you into watching? What I would say first. Is like, well, what are you into? Like, what shows do you like? What movies do you like? What's your favorite thing? Kind of thing. And
I think that's a good opening line because that's why it's probably hard for me because there's so many directions that you can go. If you're somebody that likes kind of goofy stuff or something not so serious, I would say Kaguya-sama Love is War. That is a good starting point. It's goofy, it's fun, like you don't really have to think too much about it. Like it's easy to watch, especially how the episodes are split up. So yeah, I think that is something easy for someone to get into if they're looking for something. But if you're like, no, I want to watch something more actiony or something, like then you could start saying that My Heroes, maybe a Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. If they're more, it depends on what they're looking for.
So we initially in the A show chat, because of J5 and I talk about Attack on Titan a lot, we got a couple people into watching Attack on Titan and they say they loved it, which I agree with. I think it really kind of depends on your overall taste. I think it depends on what you're into, where we're going with things. But if I had to give a general kind of like, oh, start off here, uh, I would say, I don't know if Dragon Ball does it anymore. To be honest with you, kids don't. Dragon Ball is such an era. It's like it's always there, but I've met kids who did not watch Dragon Ball and they started watching it recently, but it's like it wasn't their top thing. Their first thing was Naruto. And like I said, has such a grip on the community and stuff like that. The modern list of this, I think JJK is definitely on the list. It's just kind of a simple story that you can follow, and it's cool looking. I think Demon Slayer is at the top of the list, though.
Oh yeah, there we go. Demon Slayer for sure. That's so simple.
Yeah,
and it's not long at all. Like you can watch damn near start the whole entire series and finish it in a weekend.
Their opening weekend last weekend was $10 million for something that people had roughly already seen. It's super popular. It's super simple to get into. They've already released a movie in theaters that have proved that it's an entryway to so many different people. I think it's very easy to get into, and I think you can absolutely get into it. So I would say Demon Slayer nowadays, but back in our days, it probably is Dragon Ball Z, to be honest with you. Like, I think
Spy Family could be one.
I think Spy Family's too.
Do you think it's too? I don't know. I think
you could watch American TV and kind of like get the whole Spy Family thing. I don't think it's something. I think it's very easy to follow, but I'm not sure if I would start anyone on Spy Family. But I don't know. It depends on.
I think that's where I always go to. I think about somebody starting someone. So what is the easiest thing they can follow? Right. What is something that is not going to mess their brain up and like have them having to think like too hard about something, just so it's like, okay, cool, you can get the gist of what anime can be or is. Right. Then you can start going into something different. There are definitely some animes where it's just like, this is a lot. Like it's too much kind of going on. And sometimes it's not even just the storyline. Sometimes it's just like the art style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, it's the art style or just how things are just portrayed or projected towards you. And you're kind of just like, oh, this is a lot. Like, hold on, wait.
I don't know. There's no obvious answer to any of this, but the fact it started, I don't know. The weird stuff was the response. I was like, everyone's trying to get their takes off. I get it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
I wonder why people care. Like, not to say like, why do you care so much? But at the same time, it's, once again, I think the only problem with the list is that it's just dated. Other than that, those are all. He just showed how, he just showed his own era of things. These are probably all the ones that he grew up on. So to him, this is what's familiar to me. This, and this. So if it's familiar to me, I feel that it's going to be the easiest thing for anybody else to get into. Or because at the time too, like those aren't like not popular animes. Like those animes are still very popular. So at the same time.
I agree. Yeah. I agree 100%. Listen, our entryway of this podcast was Dragon Ball Z, so
that's what I'm saying. People still talk about Hunter x Hunter. Like, he came back from hiatus and everybody went up for it. So it's like, let's not act like he didn't name shit that isn't still popular. Y'all niggas still be arguing about Naruto, like, till this day.
Bro, Naruto has influenced such a generation of kids. I get it. I wasn't there, so I can't say much because I wasn't there. I wasn't shooting with y'all in the gym, but I see why it would. I see why it would for sure. Do I have any other talking points for this episode? You play video games? Dragon Ball Z is coming out with a new video game.
But I seen that everybody was going up for it. It's been a while, so you know what? I'll buy it. That's all I got for you. It's a
Yeah.
fighting game. So I mean, those are mostly the games I play anyways. I don't play
Okay.
much anything else.
Okay. Naruto anime, 4 new episodes later this year.
Wait, what?
To celebrate the 20th anniversary, they're dropping 4 new episodes later this year.
For
Whether the
what? For what? A what? Oh, they're
20th
dropping 4.
anniversary.
Why did I do new episodes? Why couldn't they just like, you know?
Because it's the
I don't
20th
know.
anniversary.
They couldn't just get a cake or something?
Nah, even you remember they dropped that video last year, that 10-minute video summarizing the entire Naruto from Naruto to Shippuden and all this other shit. They probably saw.
This is a heat check. This is a heat check. These 4 episodes go up, they're gonna be like,
but
"Hey yo,
that video got like 10 million views in like 3 days, and they were probably like, "Oh, Streets wanted new Naruto." They actually don't want Boruto.
yeah."
They've never wanted
like,
Boruto. That's crazy.
It's gonna be. Yeah, this is a heat check. This is what this is. 20th anniversary. We're gonna drop 4 new episodes. See how y'all feeling it. Y'all, if the streets are feeling it, they might mess around and come out with some non-canon.
I'm sure it's not
last.
I mean, there's no
arc.
canon. There's no canon to dive more. There's no more.
Oh
canon
yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, they're just gonna come up with some to just stretch out the story.
Absolutely. Speaking of Naruto, Boruto.
Oh, these are horrible segues.
It is what it is. Boruto anime part 1 is ending.
Tight.
So it ends March 26th. It's a part 2.
Part 1?
Part 1.
Oh, jeez.
So it's going to be a part 2. It's confirmed.
That's gross. It's bittersweet news here. It's like you get one thing, but it's like the other things kind of.
Let me see if
Why
that's
Boruto became a thing is crazy.
Dragon Ball GT, baby. Dragon Ball GT. I'm sure they'll do something more to Demon Slayer. Come up with some new Demon Slayer shit.
I did watch GT like while it was airing.
You know what? I'd heard about GT, so I didn't watch it. But I'd heard about it. I watched some of it as it was airing, but I think
it was Dragon Ball. I didn't care at the time.
By that time, I kind of knew what happened already, so I didn't really. Nothing seemed like that live, to be honest with me. You know what? I would say, do you have anything else you want to bring up? Any other qualms that you'd like to express?
No other arguments. I don't want to argue with people. You can't. The anime community got to just come together. We got to find unity in calling something else trash.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna do a live watch of the anime you guys picked for us to live watch. Samurai Champloo. I hope I'm saying it right. I know I'm not.
You're probably not. We're gonna get backlash for it. So
it's okay.
We gotta get Michael B. Jordan on the episode because he'll understand our pain.
Hey man, I didn't pick it, but either way,
I did. I voted for it.
Either way, let's talk about it. We'll be back on the lookout. Up next.
Samurai Champloo.
Ah, I see. I've got to admit you're much better than I expected.
Fine, let's get started. Are you one of those so-called badasses?
100 dumplings!
Well, boys, you might think worth squat, aren't they? Million is the name now. You got that?
Just hold on, you two! What about the promise you made not to kill each other?
Guess no matter how hard we try, fate's gonna keep throwing us back together!
All right, welcome back, everybody. Just found out it's Samurai Champloo.
Tight.
And I've been saying Champloo because I'm black. So it is what it is. Niggas. The Samurai Champloo is here. We're going to talk about this. As Wikipedia describes, a 2004 Japanese historical adventure anime. Produced by Studio Manglobe. That's definitely not how it's pronounced. All right, I'm over Japanese. Probably Manglobe or something like that. By the creator of Cowboy Bebop, Shinichiro Watanabe. Who's a legend in these streets. He's got.
Oh yeah, my goat.
Cowboy Bebop. He's got Samurai Champloo. He's got Space Dandy. He's got Carol and Tuesday. And
all hitters, all bangers,
all bangers across the board. But nonetheless, we're gonna watch the first episode of this thing because you guys have chosen this for us to watch. Now, what are your thoughts on what you've seen thus far? Have you watched the entire thing?
I have seen it one time all the way through, like 4 years ago.
Did it make you feel anything?
It's very 2004, and you'll understand this when we start watching it.
Of course, yes.
This is very early 2000s.
This is what Lupe Fiasco's entire career is based off of.
Yeah, yes. Like,
that's all I thought about when I thought about this. I was like, oh, it's Lupe. Oh, yeah, this shit is for like niggas who listen to fucking Blue and Exile and MF Doom and all this other shit like that. No offense to those who love those.
This is like produced by the RZA. Like this is like
yeah. It is fuck. What was that terrible anime that came out last year? On Netflix.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot.
Which had the soundtrack by Flying Lotus.
The Black Samurai guy.
Yeah, Yasuke.
There we go.
As long as it's not as bad as that. As long as it's not bad as that, I think we're good here. A lot of hip hop influences within this anime. A lot of cultural things. Mr. Watanabe was like, yo, we taking them back to the streets, we taking it back to the essence, we going back to the basics with these things. And yeah, we're gonna watch it right now. Do you have it queued up, my friend?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we're starting at 0-0, people. Get on Hulu. Do you have Hulu with ads? Because that would really fuck this up.
No, I don't have Hulu with ads. I have Hulu with no ads.
All right, baller right here.
It's
okay.
Oh, this ain't my account. So shout out to my sister.
Okay, fair enough. You ready to start? We're gonna press play in 3. Well, you're gonna do it on 1, okay?
Okay, on 1. So 3, 2, 1.
You don't get to say. You don't get to count down. I'll.
No,
not after 1. Yeah. You do it on 1.
No. Yeah, you do it on 1. You're doing it. As soon as you say 1, I'm pressing play.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right. We are here. Shaninon. Whatever that means.
It starts off real hip hop.
This is real hip hop, man.
This is a beat on it.
This is Lupe Fiasco's entire career. When I think of rapping and niggas with swords, I only think of Lupe Fiasco. I just do. There's more. There's definitely more, but you can Google Lupe Fiasco with a sword and a picture of it. Bruh, there's mad pictures of this nigga with swords. There's a whole gallery of this man with mad
my
swords.
God. I got real tears in my eyes right now. Why is there so many pictures of the baby Asuka with a sword? I keep forgetting, like, he's like a black belt.
Is he?
Like, this nigga, yeah.
Okay. Theme song that we're listening to right now is
Hey, man.
Battle Cry, composed by Nujabes. I mean, fair. And there's a lot of music that was that was created for the show. This is a work of fiction, and it's not an actor. All right, like we care. All right, whatever. It went too fast for me to read. This was strange because it's definitely like a hip hop themed anime. It's centered around, well, I guess, you know what? There's definitely Asian people who love hip hop. I can't even front, so.
Oh, yeah, nah, for sure. They still be breakdancing and stuff over there.
Absolutely. A little bit.
They about to low-key clean up in the Olympics. I can't think of it.
Oh, shit.
Man, when they do the breakdancing competition, cooked. I can't think of any American breakdancers.
No, there's gotta be some.
Man, nah. My money going on my Asian brothers and sisters.
Absolutely. All right, so we're here. We're in the first scene of this thing. There's a lot of like very graffiti font, which is very off-putting. But graffiti font is hip hop, apparently.
Yes, it is real hip hop.
It is real hip hop. Graffiti is one of the 5 pillars of hip hop, with like breakdancing, lyrics, other shit. Okay, working in a dumpling shop. This is kind of how is that hip hop? Are dumplings hip hop?
Dumplings are definitely hip hop.
Okay. All right, just had to check.
Dumplings are like universal.
Mm.
It's big. It like hip hop. Hip hop is universal.
Hey man, they don't spill tea on this old man. That is not cool.
It's not worth it, they said.
No, it's not. Let's see. So I'm watching this. I'm not watching this for the first time. I'm watching this for the second time. But definitely when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, okay, where are we going with this?
Like that he's about to pay this man.
That don't even look like real change. The studio got to animate that better. Damn. Yo, what? I didn't never see a wide-nosed Asian. All right, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm about to get so racial on this. I was like, yo. I was like, look at these noses of various ethnicities in this Edo period.
I know. Hey, listen. You know where the ancestors come from. I respect it. Mm-hmm. Umar would like this.
Okay. This guy, I don't know his name yet. He's the main character, Avi. Let us see. So the character.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Not serving without water. Like, how you gonna not serve me some water unless I pay?
I feel like that's a minimum. So when you order, and they say, "What kind of water do you want? Are you straight tap water or are you sparkling?" Where are we going with this?
I enjoy sparkling water.
Okay. I've heard New York City has the best taste in tap water in the country. That's just what I've heard. So I never actually ordered. I ordered sparkling once. I was like, what am I doing? This is not me.
I think your tap. I mean, I've never had bad tap water there.
Fair. What is going on here? Oh, robbery. Could you live in an era with swords?
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty much like how like London is now.
It's an era
Like,
with swords. If everyone has a
there-
sword.
yeah, everybody in London got a machete or something like that. So we can do that now. I could be alright. I wouldn't be carrying no like stupid, like big dumb sword.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a couple knives on me, a couple knife work. Yeah. Something quick. I can't do anything. I can't. Yeah, just get up close. Poke
I've been
real
watching a
quick.
lot of Bleach lately. The things they do with those swords. in
Nah,
that
man.
series is different.
Yeah, man. That's too much. I need just something quick. Get up close. In and out jobs.
Hey, man. Wow, I like the little record scratch transition they had there. Real hip hop.
Nothing but real hip hop.
This is very interesting. This is kind of like how Cowboy Bebop started, kind of.
You can definitely
Except without
see
swords.
Yeah, it was with guns. Took my nigga's arm off.
Yo, look at this afro. Yo. The niggas they do in this series. I'm trying not to be.
Oh, another record scratch.
My man look like fucking... What's my man's name? Oh my god. Hold on.
Wait, does he have a bandana tied around his head like Nate Dogg?
Hip hop. Samurai Champloo, baby.
Still got an Adidas tracksuit on.
Hey, man.
Like in Japan.
He invented Adidas, baby.
Hip hop. Nothing
Real
but
hip hop. Damn. They cut his bun off, I guess.
That's mad disrespectful.
I agree. You gotta explain these things. But it's disrespectful for the people who are not watching currently.
Disrespectful?
No, what was disrespectful about it?
Oh, like, I don't know. He like just chopped his hair off. I think he just had a nice little bun in. He probably took all more than him to do that. Back then, products weren't probably easy to come by either.
Hey, man. I don't know.
He
Not in
just-
this fucking...
He just sliced his bun up. Dang. Cause that nigga's dough and everything.
Mhm. Jeez Louise. I don't see how, in this period of swords, one man got y'all down this bad.
Like, y'all all can't attack at once?
Yeah, somebody gonna stab him.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, now they're running away. See? And he breaking... Alright. You don't gotta break all his fingers.
He's going crazy. Told you he had his. Look at that. Why that? Only the Afro dude and the bandana dude run. The two black Asians ran. That's crazy.
Uh-oh. Real swords shit. Damn. I keep waiting for a Lupe song to play during this.
Oh, look at them breakdancing.
Yeah, they break. See, this is one of the pillars of pillars of hip hop.
Pillars of hip hop, right here.
Hip hop, hip hop. That's what I would be shouting during all this. Hip hop, hip hop. They're breakdancing and they're fighting.
With some crazy drums in the back.
Uh-oh.
Hey, the drums on this beat is wild.
Would you say it's fire?
Oh yeah, the drums are going stupid.
All right, so they just set the place on fire. And now it looks kind of like the Young Thug Hot video. Loving is hot.
Now that would have even been better if it's playing in the background right now. We should cut it.
There. We should do it.
I will. I gotta find this.
So they escaped this firehouse. And now Mugen is trapped, or at least tied up. And I guess he's going to be executed. Okay. Take Samurai Champloo and replace it with all the characters from the Boondocks.
Yeah. That's essentially what this is.
Yeah. I think so.
Mugen is just Riley. Jin is Huey.
Damn. Your whole business burned down. I hope no one's business ever burns down. That's not a great reality.
How long do you think it would take torture until you finally snitched and gave up whatever information?
It depends what they would say. Like, I don't want to say I have a high tolerance for pain, but I also feel like it's not something I really want to go through. So it depends on it. I'm not saying I'm a snitch, but I'm saying if it's between my life, I might snitch. I don't know. We might get there before the broken fingers part.
Soon as these niggas start talking about cutting off something,
yeah, absolutely. Shave your eyebrows off. I was like, damn, I don't want to. Do they grow back? Do eyebrows grow back?
I feel they do. Because, yeah, they have to. All the niggas that done got lines in their eyebrows, they have to grow back.
3 cuts in your eyebrows trying to wild out?
That's crazy.
Hip hop.
That's not hip hop. Lines in the eyebrows is not hip hop.
No, 3 cuts in your eyebrows is definitely hip hop, bro. Come on, man. It's back in the day. Oh. So he's trying to obviously take advantage of this young woman. And a flying squirrel lands on his face, or some sort of magical squirrel. Oh, it definitely is some fucking magical squirrel. Who would have thought? Wow. This reminds me of the girl from Bleach.
Oh, it got a name. Momo?
Momo.
Yeah. That's the name of the squirrel.
This little girl from Bleach who has little fairies.
Oh no, I'm just talking about this. You not that.
No. I know you were talking about this, but I was just like, it reminded
Oh
me of that.
okay. Oh yeah. I get what you're saying now.
It's giving me very Taya Gardner too. Taya from you. You didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh? Have you watched Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
Wow. Gosh.
Should I do a Yu-Gi-Oh? Should I do a Yu-Gi-Oh first watch documentary?
You should have put it on the poll. But we already did it. No, you would have been like, what the fuck is this? Yu-Gi-Oh is very much of the time, of the period.
I should try to break them out and then break the pin into the lock.
Yeah, that was so strange. Okay. So these two people that she met this day are either going to be executed very soon. And she's like, how do I save them? Even though I guess they were a very large part of her losing her dumpling shop.
Well, also she needs their help.
How so?
To do something.
Mm.
So she's like, hey, since you two are good samurais, I need y'all to help me and I'm going to help you escape.
I like that. Girl power.
Oh, anime titties.
Oop. Take a shot.
Imagine someone just stealing your ladder and just running off. Like, that's not suspicious at all, is it?
To actually run with a ladder is very difficult.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know, like those wooden ladders. I know those weren't light. That's not a light ladder.
The weight shifts a lot when you're running with ladders, so.
She's just going through a crowd with it. No one's blinking an eye.
Hey man, look at us. Hip hop, hip hop. If this was 2023, how was this anime made?
6.5 out of 10.
No, not rate this. I was like, how is it made? Like, do they have special powers?
How is it made? I thought you were talking about how is this rated now. I was like, this is a high rating now.
No, clearly not at all. But do they have special powers? Do they?
Yeah, somebody is the secret son of some demon king and has secret demon powers.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. That they uncover in this first episode. It was like, oh my god, you defeated this guy.
All these people, yeah.
Kill them all.
This is like a really dark anime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I kind of want to turn the brightness up. But the brightness doesn't really work. Oh. They were never boobs. They were melons. Which is another word. Explosives. Didn't a Street Fighter character do this before? I could be wrong. I feel like Cammy had bombs. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, fireworks.
You are way behind me. I have no idea why.
Oh.
It's okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why either. I never paused it.
Yeah. And I actually did pause it for a couple seconds, but it is what it is. Maybe our feeds are just delayed. I don't know.
Yeah. How did they escape so fast? Like, they really got far.
Hip hop.
It's the power of hip hop.
Power of hip hop. Wow, this is some great riz that this girl has got going on right now. Coin toss is an anime.
Why does he throw it? Like, he doesn't flip it. Like, who really throws a coin in the air like that?
Anime protagonist.
This is Black Air Force One energy. This is low-key what this thing's about. It's like getting one Black Air Force One and then one White Air Force One.
Oh, it's over. I gotta hear this ending theme. I actually didn't hear the ending theme yesterday.
Oh, the ending thing goes so crazy. I actually bang with the ending thing.
It's not like Daydreaming by Lupe. Daydream, daydream. I saw the pieces and the flowers for a little half an hour. All right, I gotta stop doing that. I've used up all my Lupe jokes.
That first one was hilarious.
No, there's literally a whole gallery of this nigga with swords.
That's so fucking funny. Oh my gosh, why does Lupe have so many sword pictures?
I have no idea. All right, so what did we think of this first episode of Samurai Champloo?
I actually liked it. I think when you take it for what it is, as an early 2000s anime, I don't know. Like, it was action packed. It was cool.
I thought it was very I feel like first episodes in anime have stepped up so much since then, but this
definitely,
because like something's got to happen in the fucking first episode, and it's got to be cataclysmic, and there's got to be great graphics and all this other stuff. I think they understood the assignment with this anime, and they kept it kind of there. Like this doesn't stray out the realm too far. You kind of get, it's very chill, it's very cool, you know.
I like that
It
no
works.
one has powers. I like that no one has powers, and it's just like one of those things of these two.
It's martial arts, baby.
It's like martial arts
and hip hop.
There is no powers. Yeah, and the power of hip hop.
The power of hip hop.
Breakdancing and such.
Okay, so would you ever? I mean, I'm trying to think. All right, so you're not the person to ask this anymore. I would have to ask this for myself. Would I continue watching this anime? Based on how Cowboy Bebop was, if this is anything even similar to that, because Watanabe has such just great prestige in my own heart, I'll definitely continue watching this. I'm not going to continue right now.
Oh yeah, I just kept watching it.
Go ahead.
So I said, "Oh yeah," I just kept watching it.
I also think would this be easy to convince Gen Zers?
Somebody to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Samurai
Tell
Champloo.
them some MF Doom. This is for the niggas that play Mad Villainy in the party. You know, this is for my boom bap niggas, bro. This is for my niggas that really want the 90s back. We talk about the golden age. This is for y'all, man. There's a lot of them left, bro. This is a lot of, you know. Listen. It's for my niggas who wear fatigues year round.
There you go. Let's see. So that was fun. We got some big stuff coming up. For the lookout. Next week officially begins our deep dive into Jujutsu Kaisen. And I know Justin's gonna hate this. J5's gonna hate this. Because he doesn't see the appeal with JJ5. And he doesn't see the appeal with JJ5.
JJ5.
But JJK itself, solid. Have you read the manga today?
No, I have not yet.
Have you caught up at any point?
Yes, I have, mostly.
Okay.
Almost done with the fight between Tengen and Gito and all them.
Okay, so you're not caught up.
No,
but,
I'm
But some interesting stuff going on. That maybe at some point over the next, because we're going to be doing this over the next 4 weeks. So maybe at some point over the next 4 weeks, we'll be able to kind of break this down.
I was
talk
supposed
about
to
it.
been caught up too. I feel bad. I was supposed to.
Don't worry about it.
I came through. It was off to start talking shit, and I was like, no, I got to.
Yeah, listen.
I've been catching up on anime. There's been a lot, I missed a few things on anime I need to still catch up on. That's
I finished. Right now. Oh, here's a little conversation piece. I said the big three. I said this on Twitter. I said big three: One Piece, fucking Naruto, and Bleach. So I'm watching Bleach, and I'm like, clearly this is the last out of the big three, right? Like this is the bottom, right? What would you say
for Bleach?
Mm-hmm. Bottom of big three, top of big three. How are you ranking the big three?
I think you asked me this. You asked me this, but I'm gonna mess it up again. One Piece is one though.
One Piece is one. Naruto and Bleach.
It might go like that. Maybe it goes Bleach, Naruto.
Okay.
No, it goes Naruto, Bleach, and it goes One Piece, Naruto, Bleach.
Okay. We got a lot of stuff to cover. We're gonna be covering Jujutsu Kaisen for the next 4 weeks, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And also binge it. I mean, season 2 is about to come out in July, so if you want to start binging shit, feel free to do that. I shed a tear this week to My Hero Academia.
Did you?
One tear rolled off the side of my face.
Threw up a little bit because I know it's coming.
They did the scene between Bakugo and Deku very well. I know you hated it, but
I threw up.
This wasn't the Vegeta. You're stronger than me, Goku. And I admit that now. It wasn't that. It was definitely like, I see you. And after months of therapy, I've learned not to project my own insecurities on you. So that was fun.
After months of therapy, after months of almost dying consistently,
getting
stabbed, getting kidnapped.
That kid needs therapy, bro.
Very, very traumatic things happened to me. Whatever. I accept it for what it is.
Next week we'll be back with more episodes to look out. We'll be starting Jujutsu Kaisen, so make sure you guys stay tuned, stay ready, stay blessed, and we'll see you guys. At this point, it's 5 years running, and we're gonna continue running. So take care, and we'll see you next week.